Hello, this is Ian with DC Digital, and today we're going to be showcasing our DC-80N-T-D-N-UP-Static network connected numbers display. This order is going out to US Tool Group, which is a supply tool manufacturer, and how it will be used, it's going to regulate the workflow for workers in a factory setting through our network control timer, time of day clock, and static number display. How it is meant to interface is the display is connected to the network via an RJ45 Ethernet connection, and it changes depending on the line of code that is typed into the command string, which is inside a web page that is custom built by DC Digital itself. And this is how we are able to make the display showcase a count up or a count down timer. It can also be used to switch between the time of day and display a static number as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up the time of day, the count up and count down features, and the static number display via our web page. So as you can see right now, we have our web page that is completely free. You don't have to download third-party software or have to pay for it. It's completely free to our users. So say I want to have the time of day set to 12:45. Well, then in that case, if we look down at the chart right here, it says that we need to type in a total of 9 bytes in a specific order. So first thing I'm going to do, we're going to type in capital TC1 because I want it to be in a 12-hour format, and in order to be in a 12-hour format AM, I type in 1, as you can see right here, and then I type in the time of day that I wanted, which I said was 12:45. So in this case, I type in 1, 2, 4, 5. And for the last 2 bytes, I add a wildcard to it, which is basically just an asterisk. So type in the 2 asterisks, and now you see that the time is 12:45 a.m. So now I want to switch to the count up timer, and I want it to count up from 1 minute and 35 seconds. So then in that case, we just type in capital T, and then we press capital U, and we have a total of 3 functions that we can do. We can press 0 to set and hold the value. We can press 1 to set and start the timer, or we can press 2 to pause the timer at any point, or we can press 3 to resume the timer. So then in that case, we want to press 1 to set and start the timer. So then in that case, I want to set it to 0, 1, 4, 5. That's when the time is going to start counting up from. So we add our 2 asterisks, we press enter. And as you can see, the display is showcasing the count up feature, which is counting up from 1 minute and 45 seconds. And you see that by this little dot on the top left side of the enclosure that it is currently in up timer mode. So now I'm going to pause it. And we do this by pressing TU2 to pause timer, and then we add the rest of the asterisks. And then we fill the last any 4 bytes sent. So we just press in the asterisks, and then we add the last 2 asterisks, because we are on what's called the wildcard for all groups, and that is what we type in the asterisk for that. Press enter, and as you can see, that pauses the time. So now I'm going to showcase the countdown timer. In order to do that, we press capital T, capital D, and we are going to count down from 1 minute. Then in that case, we press down from 1, and we're going to type in 0, 1, 0, 0 for 1 minute. Type in our 2 asterisks, press enter to send the code, and now it is counting down from 1 minute. And now, as you can see, the dot that was originally up here is now down here on the bottom right side of the enclosure. So now we're going to type in a static number. So we do this by pressing capital T, capital S, and then 0 to display a static number without a colon. And then we can type in any number we want, starting from 0 to 9. So we do this by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are our 4 numbers that we are going to display. Type in our asterisks. And as we press enter, you see that it's displaying 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time, now we want the colons. So I'm going to press capital T, capital S. I'm going to press 2. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Put in our asterisks, and as you can see, it's displaying 12:34. So going over the hardware aspect of this model, it is an aluminum IP66 outdoor waterproof enclosure that is tough, fingerprint resistant, and comes in a black powder coated casing. Its dimensions are 25 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and 3 inches deep. Its display size is 8 inches, and it can be viewed up to a total of 400 feet. It has a total of 4 digits that can display the time in minutes and seconds. Its power type is a 100 to 240 VAC with a pigtail junction box and a 3-prong wire, as you can see on the right side of the enclosure. It's inside a junction box. For mounting, we have 4 slotted teardrop mounting tabs on the back side of the enclosure. And lastly, we have our network controlled program that requires no third-party software. All you need is a MAC address and an RJ45 connection that allows you to connect to the network directly. So again, this is Ian with DC Digital, demonstrating our DC-80N-T-DN-UP-Static network. Numbers display up timer, down timer, time of day, static number display. Thanks for watching.